All right, welcome back. We're about to multiply some decimals. Okay, the thing about multiplying decimals that is different from multiplying, your regular numbers, your whole numbers, your decimals, they don't have to be lined up. And actually, at first, we're going to pretend that the decimals are not here. So while you are calculating and multiplying, ignore the decimals. We're just going to go digit by digit and multiply, just regular standard. And then after we add our partial products, then we are going to place our decimal where it belongs. Okay, so let's get started. First, we have 8 times 8, that's 64. We're going to bring the 6 up here, regrouping. Then we have 8 times 9, that's 72. 72 plus 6, that's 78. And I carry my 7. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 7 is 31. Okay, now 8 times 2. Make sure you're being careful. Make sure you don't skip any of these digits whenever you're multiplying, okay? 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. And another thing that I would like to point out, that I pointed out before, just keep your digits lined up. Even though we're not worrying about the decimal being lined up right now, we're going to keep our digits lined up. So I have these two lined up, these two lined up, and then I have a 3 and a 2 here. But you also want to make sure that when you are writing down your answers, that they stay lined up. You have to have one digit here. You have to have one underneath this. You have to have one here and here as well, okay? You don't want to squeeze too many in one spot. Space them out a little bit. All right, now moving on. We're gonna go ahead and put a placeholder 0 here because we've moved over one placeholder, and we know that our place value as we move to the left, that's times 10. And if we move to the right, that's divided by 10. Place value is in powers of 10. Okay, so that's why we put a 0 here. 4 times 8 is 32. I put a 2 and carry my 3. I'm done with that. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 plus 3 is going to be 39. I'm going to put a 9 here in the next space, and I'm going to carry that 3. And what I forgot to do is cross these out, but I'm going to do that now. And I'm also going to cross out the 8 for right now because I've already multiplied that 8. Okay, the next one we're going to multiply is 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So I'm going to write the 5 in the next space available, and I'm going to carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, and that's it for that part. Now we're going to go ahead and add up our partial products so we can get one step closer to our answer. Okay, 4 plus 0. We have 8 plus 2 is 10. We're going to put a 0 here. We're going to carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. We're going to put the 1 under here, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. And if you notice, I'm going kind of slower because I just want to be careful. And I think that a lot of us, we are rushing all the time whenever we're calculating, doing basic calculations like adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. It really helps a lot if you just take your time and make sure your work is neat. Make sure that you are doing every single step. Make sure that you are regrouping properly. That eliminates a lot of careless mistakes, which I see a lot of. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. And I'm going to put the 1 over here in that next place. Okay, now we have these digits. I can't say what the answer is yet because I have not placed my decimal in my answer. If I'm multiplying decimals, I need to place the decimal in the correct spot. Well, how do we know which is the correct spot? First of all, when you look at the factors, what we need to do is count up how many place values come after the decimal. And when I say after the decimal, I mean to the right of the decimal, okay? So in this factor, 23 and 9800ths, we have 2 digits that come after the decimal, okay? In 4 and 8/10, we have 1 digit to the right of the decimal. So we have 1 digit that comes after the decimal. There are altogether in both factors 1, 2, 3 digits that come after the decimal. Okay, so start at the right. Always start at the right. Do not start over here. Start at the right. Okay, and we're going to hop over 3 places. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll do that again. 1 place, 2 place, 3 places. Your decimal is going to be placed right there in the middle of the 5 and the 1. And make sure that your amount of place values in your answer matches how many you have in your problem. 3 behind the decimal in the problem, 3 behind the decimal in your answer, okay? So I'm going to rewrite it with the decimal place correctly placed. Our answer is 115, and remember that decimal point is named and. 115 and 104 thousandths, because it goes to the thousandths place. All right. Once again, if you have any questions about any of the other problems from this week, please request that I do an instructional video on anything that you may be stumbling upon. And I encourage you to, even if you feel like it's repetitive, just keep practicing. Practice makes perfect. And once again, thank you for watching. Have a good night.